The 1980s were a bold era in American automotive history, a time when unexpected partnerships sparked innovation. One standout collaboration was between the iconic performance legend Carroll Shelby and Dodge. Their goal? To inject new life into Chrysler's image. The result? A fiery little hatchback called the Shelby Omni GLHS. It all started with the modest Dodge Omni, a front-wheel drive economy car introduced in 1978. But Shelby saw hidden potential. In 1984, he gave it a makeover, transforming it into the Omni GLH, short for Goes Like Hell. With a high-output 2.2-liter engine, stiffer suspension, better brakes, and wider tires, it was no longer just a grocery getter. Then in 1985, Shelby took it up a notch, adding a turbocharged version, the GLHT. But he wasn't finished. In 1986, Shelby Automobiles bought 500 of these turbocharged Omnis and turned them into something special. The Shelby Omni GLHS, Goes Like Hell s'more. The upgrades were serious. A bigger turbo, intercooler, reworked intake and exhaust systems pushed it to 175 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque. It roared from 0 to 60 in just 6.5 seconds, topping out at 135 miles per hour. Numbers unheard of for an 80s economy car. Shelby had built a legend. To match its power, the Shelby Omni GLHS received serious performance upgrades. Underneath, it packed a heavy-duty 5-speed manual transmission with a short-throw shifter and a beefed-up clutch to handle all that extra torque. Despite being front-wheel drive, it gripped the road with surprising confidence. Shelby gave the suspension special attention. Adjustable Coney struts and shocks let drivers fine-tune their ride. Stiffened springs and standard anti-roll bars, 1-inch front, 5/8-inch rear, helped keep body roll in check during tight corners. It rode on 15-inch Centurion cast aluminum wheels, Shelby designed, and wrapped in sticky 205/50 VR15 Goodyear Gatorbacks, offering razor-sharp handling on twisty roads. Visually, the GLHS stood out. Painted only in black, it sported silver pinstripes, bold GLHS decals, and a Shelby logo on the windshield. Even the fuel filler door tucked into the passenger side C-pillar added flair. Inside, it was both sporty and comfortable. Air conditioning, a removable glass sunroof, AM/FM cassette player, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and bolstered bucket seats. The dash featured a full gauge set, including a turbo boost and oil pressure gauge. Priced around $11,000 in 1986, roughly $33,000 today, it offered muscle car thrills at a budget price. Car and Driver even praised it for outrunning sports cars of the era. The Shelby Omni GLHS offered a rare blend of power, handling, and everyday practicality, drawing comparisons to European icons like the Volkswagen GTI. Still, it wasn't perfect. Critics pointed out its plain interior, inherited from the basic Omni, and the torque steer under heavy acceleration, a common quirk in high-powered front-wheel drive cars. Yet for enthusiasts, it was a gem. Its lightweight design, turbocharged engine, and sharp handling made it a favorite among amateur racers and autocross fans. Many owners pushed their GLHS even further, modifying suspension, upgrading turbos, and customizing exhaust systems for track-ready performance. With only 500 ever built, each featuring a numbered dash plaque, the GLHS became a rare and coveted collectible. Finding one in good shape today is a challenge, and restoring one can be tricky due to the scarcity of GLHS-specific parts. Some cars earn legendary status not just for speed, but for defying expectations. Enter the Buick GNX, a surprising powerhouse from a brand best known for smooth, conservative cruisers. Buick's engineers, determined to break their own mold, launched the Grand National in 1982. But by 1984, it became something else entirely, a turbocharged beast. And by 1987, they aimed even higher with the ultimate sleeper car, the GNX. To create the legendary GNX, Grand National Experimental, Buick teamed up with two big names, McLaren Performance Technologies and ASC American Specialty Cars. These weren't just upgraded cars, they were transformed. Each GNX began as a fully loaded Grand National, then underwent serious performance surgery at the ASC or McLaren facility. At the heart of the GNX was a heavily modified 3.8-liter turbocharged V6. It used a specially designed Garrett T3 turbo with a ceramic impeller, which spooled up quickly to minimize turbo lag, a common issue in turbo cars of the time. A larger intercooler, plus a thermally coated intake pipe, kept the system cool and efficient. Buick claimed 276 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque, but real-world tests showed it was closer to 300 horsepower and 420 pound-feet, making it one of the fastest American cars of the 80s. It launched from 0 to 60 in a blistering 4.6 seconds and ran the quarter mile in 12.7 seconds at over 113 miles per hour. Ferrari and Porsche territory. To handle this power, the GNX got a beefed-up 4-speed automatic, torque arm rear suspension, and a pan-hard bar for stability. Only available in black, it looked the part too. Functional fender vents, 16-inch black mesh wheels, and a cockpit fitted with analog Stewart Warner gauges. Each Buick GNX came with a numbered plaque on the dash, a subtle reminder to its lucky owner that they were driving one of just 547 ever built. The interior featured a distinctive black and gray Pewter-X cloth, shared with the Grand National, but the GNX carried a more exclusive tone. It wasn't just a car, it was a declaration of American engineering muscle. Buick proved that raw performance didn't belong only to European exotics or track-built sports cars. With the GNX, they showed that innovation, engineering, and bold thinking could transform a luxury brand into a performance powerhouse. Today, the GNX is one of the most sought-after American cars ever built, valued for its power, rarity, and the boundary-pushing spirit it represents. As we turn the page to another chapter of muscle car innovation, we land in 1980. American automakers were struggling with strict emissions and fuel economy standards. But Pontiac took a daring leap with the launch of the Turbo Trans Am, a move that would redefine muscle cars. At its core was a 301 cubic inch 4.9-liter V8 engine, smaller than before but boosted by a Garrett TB 305 turbocharger. It delivered 210 horsepower and a mighty 345 pound-feet of torque, keeping performance alive in a changing world. To make the turbocharged 301 V8 in the 1980 Pontiac Trans Am reliable, engineers had to think ahead. They reinforced the engine block with thicker cylinder walls and installed forged pistons to withstand the intense heat and pressure of forced induction. A high-pressure oil pump pushed 10 pounds per square inch to keep everything well lubricated under stress. One of the most forward-thinking features was the electronic spark controller, ESC. Using knock sensors, it could detect early signs of engine detonation, then automatically adjust spark timing to prevent damage without sacrificing performance. For the era, this was cutting edge. The Turbo Trans Am could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 8 seconds and run the quarter mile in 16.1 seconds. Not bad, considering it was built during tough emissions restrictions. Power was sent through a TH353 speed automatic with a 3.08 rear axle and a limited slip differential to help lay down the torque. Visually, it stood apart, an offset hood bulge for the turbo 4.9 decals, and a hood-mounted boost gauge. The WS6 package brought stiffer suspension, beefier sway bars, and four-wheel disc brakes. As the official pace car of the 1980 Indy 500, Pontiac built 5,700 replicas. many featuring mirrored T-tops and movie fame in Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Well, I got news for you. The Bandit is back. Now, before you go getting all worked up about it, let me reassure you.
While the 1980 Turbo Trans Am may not have reached the legendary heights of its earlier muscle car ancestors, it proved something important. Performance and environmental responsibility could coexist. It marked a turning point, a bridge between the raw horsepower of the 60s and the more refined performance engineering of the decades to come. Fast forward to 1989, and once again, Carroll Shelby was at the center of something groundbreaking. Teaming up with Chrysler, Shelby helped create one of the most innovative performance cars of its time, the Shelby CSX VNT. Built on the humble Dodge Shadow, this wasn't just another hot hatch. It was a leap forward in turbo technology. At the heart of the CSX VNT was a 2.2-liter intercooled turbocharged engine producing 175 horsepower and 205 pound-feet of torque. What made it revolutionary was its variable nozzle turbocharger, developed with Garrett. Instead of a traditional wastegate, it used computer-controlled vanes to adjust airflow, virtually eliminating turbo lag. Only 500 were made, all painted in exotic red with gold trim. Lightweight fiber ride wheels, made from fiberglass reinforced plastic, were another Shelby innovation. With a 5-speed Getrag transmission and 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.1 seconds, the CSX VNT proved that small cars could deliver big performance, with cutting-edge tech to match. The 1989 Shelby CSX VNT wasn't just fast, it was a true collector's gem. Its lightweight fiber ride wheels, finished in striking gold, improved handling and ride quality, while complementing the car's bold, exotic red paint. Inside, it offered a driver-focused cabin with Shelby-specific cloth upholstery, and some lucky buyers scored rare Recaro bucket seats for extra support. A Shelby-branded turbo boost gauge and leather-wrapped steering wheel added to the performance feel. Only 500 CSX VNTs were built, just 15 of them with both the wider Goodyear Gatorback tires and Recaro seats. This exclusivity, along with its pioneering turbo technology, has made it a highly desirable classic. The VNT turbo system was ahead of its time, eliminating turbo lag with computer-controlled vanes, a design now used in modern turbochargers across the globe. Though it cost nearly $16,000 in 1989, a steep price for a compact, it reflected the CSX VNT's innovation. Today, it remains a symbol of Shelby's legacy and American engineering ingenuity, even if finding parts like the original wheels or turbo is tough. Meanwhile, in 1988, another performance milestone was being set. At Ohio's Transportation Research Center, John Lingenfelter prepared to make history behind the wheel of a Corvette unlike any before, the Callaway Sledgehammer. The Callaway twin-turbo Corvette was more than a power upgrade. It was a complete transformation. Some models featured the sleek aerodynamic Callaway aero body, designed by Paul Deutschmann. It didn't just look aggressive, it helped the car slice through the air more efficiently. Buyers could choose between a 4-speed automatic or a 4+3 manual transmission, tailoring the driving experience to their liking. Under the skin, the upgrades continued. Delco Bilstein shocks and a performance suspension package gave the car exceptional handling, while a heavy-duty brake system ensured it could stop as confidently as it accelerated. Inside, it was outfitted with leather sports seats, power accessories, and a premium audio system. Luxury and performance in perfect balance. From 1987 to 1991, just 497 Callaway twin-turbo Corvettes were built, making them rare and highly collectible. But the real legend was born in 1988, the Callaway Sledgehammer Corvette. Built from a stock '88 Corvette, it shattered records with a jaw-dropping top speed of 254.7 miles per hour. making it the world's fastest street-legal car at the time. Its secret? A 5.7-liter V8 with forged internals and twin turbos pushing 898 horsepower and 772 pound-feet of torque, paired with a custom 6-speed manual. It was raw American power, refined to perfection. To keep the Callaway Sledgehammer planted at extreme speeds, engineers outfitted it with a reinforced suspension and specially developed Goodyear tires, built to withstand the incredible forces generated at over 250 miles per hour. On October 26, 1988, at the Transportation Research Center in Ohio, legendary driver John Lingenfelter slid behind the wheel to make history. The needle passed 200 miles per hour, then 230, then 250. When the run was over, the Sledgehammer had reached an astonishing 254.76 miles per hour, becoming the fastest street-legal car in the world. It was an American-built rocket, engineered with precision and muscle, and it left the competition in the dust. This wasn't just a record, it was a statement. The Sledgehammer proved that American innovation could match and even exceed the performance of Europe's finest supercars. More importantly, it marked a turning point. The collaboration between Chevrolet and Callaway showed what could happen when a major automaker trusted an independent tuner with bold ideas. The Callaway twin-turbo Corvette wasn't just a special edition, it was a symbol of American performance potential. Its legacy influenced future high-performance models and reminded the world that American sports cars could be world-class in both speed and sophistication. These 5 turbocharged beasts defined a decade of wild innovation and bold performance. Which one would you take for a spin? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more high-octane history.